everybody, it's Alexa and welcome back to my channel. A lot of you have been asking me recently how I have grown out my hair and how I keep it so healthy. So I figured I would do an updated tips and tricks video on how to grow out your hair and have it be healthy at the same time. I did one of these a few years ago, which I will have linked down below in case you're interested in checking it out. And as always, I'll have all the products mentioned in this video listed down below in case you are interested in purchasing any of them. And with all that being said, let's just jump into the video. Starting with the shampoo and conditioner. This is what I am currently using and I can't say enough good things about it. This is the Long Sexy Hair Color Safe Luxurious Shampoo and Conditioner. And it has moringa oil and biotin in it. It is sulfate free, gluten free, and paraben free, which is awesome. And my favorite part about this is the fact that it smells amazing. I used to be a firm believer in like the Garnier Fructis shampoos and conditioners for lengthening your hair, as well as the mane and tail shampoo and conditioner combination. However, once I started using this, I noticed a significant difference, not in the length, but in the strength of my hair, which is really important when you're trying to grow it out, because the last thing you want is dry, brittle hair. And then 1 to 2 times a week, I also like to do a deep conditioner, and this is the one I have stood by for probably 5 years now, and this is just the Aussie 3-Minute Miracle Moist Deep Conditioner. Unlike most deep conditioners, this one doesn't leave my hair oily, and like I said earlier, it is really important that when you are growing out your hair, you keep it moisturized so that it is not dry and brittle, because that is how you end up with split ends. Speaking of split ends, something I also use is this, which is just the Garnier Fructis Damage Eraser Split End Bandage, and it is for distressed and damaged hair, and I put this on the ends of my hair after every time I get out of the shower. I was using the matching shampoo and conditioner to this, however, I stopped because I just wasn't noticing a difference. Something else that's really important when you are trying to grow out your hair is to not wash your hair every single day, because by washing your hair every single day, you are stripping the natural oils that your hair needs to stay healthy and grow. And just because I say you can't wash your hair every day doesn't mean you can't shower, because all you have to do is put on a shower cap and skip your hair care routine. And if you guys notice that your hair is super oily from not washing it and you don't like the way it looks, all you have to do is use a dry shampoo. This is the one I've been using. It is the Herbal Essences Bio Renew Dry Shampoo, and this one is the White Grapefruit and Mocha Mint one. I was a firm believer in the Batiste dry shampoos. However, since I found this, I've definitely fallen in love with this one even more. The only downside to this is that it isn't tinted like the Batiste one. Another thing people don't realize is that the brush you use on your hair is very important, because using a normal brush just rips out your hair. So I highly recommend using either a wide tooth comb or a wet brush. This is just the wet brush squirts. Basically, the bristles on this are super thin and they don't rip out your hair. If you are trying to brush wet hair, this is what I would use. However, if you are trying to just brush normal dried hair, I highly recommend using a wide tooth comb. And then something I am really guilty of, obviously, as you guys can see, is putting my hair up in a ponytail. Something I highly recommend doing is using the creaseless hair ties, because they do not pull out your hair as much. I know, again, I'm guilty of not even using one. I'm just using a normal elastic. They are simply made out of fold-over elastic. You can buy these, but they're kind of expensive when you buy them. However, you can also just make these. I made this entire container probably for around $10. I will have a video linked down below that I made a couple years ago on how to make these. Something else I'm really guilty of is using heat on my hair, and when you are growing out your hair and trying to keep it healthy, using heat is a big no-no. However, if you are going to use heat, I highly recommend using a heat protectant. This is my absolute holy grail heat protectant, and this is the KQC Thermal Shine Heat Protectant. The one thing I do not like about this is the way it smells. Kind of smells like cologne or just guys in general, and I just don't like it, and it's very overpowering. So those are just the products I'm going to be talking about in this video, and now I'm just going to go into some basic tips and tricks on growing out your hair. First off, try to limit the amount of heat you use on your hair. Instead of blow drying your hair, just let it air dry, and instead of using a curling iron or a flat iron all the time, limit it to only a few times a month. Another thing is, if you're like me and you have long hair, I highly recommend putting it up in either a top knot or in a braid when you go to bed and your hair is wet, or even if your hair is super duper long and it's dry. This just prevents your hair from being all tangled in the morning and being ripped out and stuff. And my last tip for you guys is to just be patient. Your hair obviously isn't gonna grow overnight. It can take months to years for your hair to grow out. So those are just my tips and tricks on how to grow out your hair and have it be healthy at the same time. Please keep in mind that I am not a hairdresser or hairstylist, and that everything I said in this video is just based off my own personal experience and things I have learned. And also keep in mind that just because this stuff works for me doesn't mean it's gonna work for everyone. If you guys would like to see more videos like this one, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. While you guys are down there, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I upload 2 to 3 new videos a week. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys!